shall have been a fool to apprehend so. What is your opinion?
Your Majesty, the Bible is not written by men of science, but by men of faith. It was their explanation of the miracle of creation, which is the same whether it took 6 days or many centuries.
You have come to apologize.
I am sorry, Your Majesty, but...
Good, you apologize.
Your Majesty...
I accept!
Your Majesty, nothing can alter the fact that in my country, anyone who makes a promise must...
Silence! Do you not have any respect for me? I cannot stand all the time. And in this country, no one's head shall be higher than kings. You shall so conduct yourself like all other subjects.
You mean on the floor. I am sorry, Your Majesty. I shall try very hard to not let my head be as high as yours. But I can simply not grovel on the floor. I couldn't possibly work that way or think.
You are a very difficult woman. But you will observe care that it shall never be higher than kings. If I shall sit, you shall sit. If I shall kneel, you shall kneel. Etc., etc., etc.
Very well, Your Majesty.
Is promise.
Is promise.
Good.
Is there anything Your Majesty would like to discuss?
Why should I discuss important matters with women?
Very well, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I was wondering, has there been any news from abroad?
Ha! Yes, there are news. Certain English thieves who wish to steal my country call me a barbarian.
Barbarian? But that is a lie.
A false lie. English diplomat now on his way to Siam to see for himself. Diplomat Sir Edward Ramsay.
Edward?
You know Sir Diplomat?
I knew Sir Edward many years ago, before I was married. What have you decided to do about the situation?
You guess.
Well, my guess would be that when Sir Edward arrives, you will entertain him in an especially grand manner. Then he will return to England and report to Queen Victoria that you are not a barbarian.
Naturally. This is what I have decided to do. But how? You guess how I shall do this.
You shall put your best foot forward. That is just an expression, Your Majesty. It means to be at your best, to show your most intelligent men, your most beautiful women.
But shall it be proper for the English diplomat to see my women with no shoes on their feet? Shall it be proper for them to put their best bare feet forward?
We shall dress them up, in European fashion. How many women can I have sew for me?
All women in kingdom. Go, go, live, etc., etc., etc.
How much time shall we have, Your Majesty?
That depends on how many ports he stopped into. Let us say we have 1 week.
1 week?
In this time, a world was created, Moses say. Are there any details I do not think of so far?
You must give him a fine dinner, a European dinner.
I was going to.
And a ball, with music and dancing. And we can present a play. Tuptim has written a version of Uncle Tom's Cabin for the children to perform.
Ha! A theatrical performance. In such a splendid evening, you will see that I am not barbarian. Line up! Line up! For the next week, the men and women of my kingdom will work in preparation for arrival of English diplomats. Watch, watch, watch!
Your Majesty, it is the arrival of Sir Edward Ramsay.
Now? But we are not ready.
Not ready, Your Majesty.
I had planned the best idea I ever get!
Still, Your Majesty, we can do it. We shall put Sir Edward to bed.
Tomorrow we shall send him on sightseeing trip.
We shall start now, this minute. We only have 18 hours, but...
But first we shall ask help from Buddha! Bow, bow, bow! Bow! Oh Buddha, give us the aid of your strength and your wisdom.
Oh Buddha, give us the aid of your strength and your wisdom.
And help us prove to the visiting English that we are extraordinary and remarkable people.
And help us prove to the visiting English that we are extraordinary and remarkable people.
Help also Mrs. Anna for scientific sewing of dresses, even though she be only a woman and a Christian, and therefore unworthy of your interest.
And we will also
Majesty.